Good morning, Soul Embodiment Tribe. Bridget Patton here with Soul Massages. And I had somebody ask me a question last week, I think, to do a live video about relationships and our attachment or detachment from them. And I think this is a really great time to talk about this. I mean, it's always a great time to talk about this, but going into the new year and all of the portals that we're moving through energetically, universally and personally, it's important to understand that our attachments to our external relationships could create a lot of resistance inside of us as we're moving through the ascension process. So when I'm talking about attachments to external relationships, anytime you're looking at someone outside of yourself and you're thinking about how they're behaving or what they're acting like or how it applies to you and your relationship with yourself or your value with yourself or your self-worth, that's how you know that you're putting too much focus on external relationships and you aren't allowing yourself to have that detached but also compassionate energy for the relationship itself. So when we think about relationships, I'm not just talking about your spouse or your kids or your family member. I'm talking about your friends, colleagues, the relationships that you have with your insurance agent. It doesn't matter who it is. It can be any number of those things that we put so much focus on that we miss the messages that are trying to be reflected and mirrored through those relationships for us. And I'm having deja vu right now, which is awesome. I love feeling deja vu. So I'm actually going to take a side trip for a second and talk about deja vu because I think that it's important that everybody really pays attention to what's going on around them and when they're feeling those sensations, especially with all of the energy amping up right now. When we feel deja vu or when we feel like we've been here before, we've have a dream and then it feels like we're reliving it right in the moment. Those are messages from our higher self showing us the synchronicity that we are in alignment with the path that we have chosen for ourselves. Meaning we are in direct alignment with source energy. Even if we're looking around at that time and whatever is going on may not make sense, that's okay. Use it as a tool for you to comfort yourself in knowing that this is the path that you're supposed to be on right now. If you want to understand how to decipher those messages, book a call with me and we can talk about that more in depth. Anyway, so back to the relationships. When we look at relationships and we hide ourselves behind them because we're too afraid to be ourselves or be authentic because we're afraid of being unique. We're afraid of being different. So we take someone else's projections on as our own. And we do it even as mothers and fathers. I have couples come into my sessions so often and the children are preventing them. And I'm not saying it's the children that are doing it, but they're allowing the children to keep them from connecting with their authentic self because they have all these belief systems and judgments and things around being a parent rather than just connecting within and asking source what it is that they're supposed to be doing as a guiding system for these human beings that are also individuals on the planet. And then same with spouses or friendships. I see a lot of people looking around at relationships and wondering why they don't have that type of relationship or why they don't have XYZ. And what it boils down to is your relationship with yourself. Know thyself. We talk about knowing thyself so often because that right there is how we unlock everything in the universe. And it's down to every minuscule vibration that says, I don't want. Okay, well, anytime you're saying I don't want, that's an immature part of your being that hasn't developed or matured into the creator mode yet. Anytime we're resisting, that's a part of ourselves that we haven't allowed to evolve into the mature adults that we are for humanity. Anytime we make excuses or we justify why we are right now, oh, well, I can't do this because my kids, Okay, well, I understand that there are special circumstances where we really can't do those things just yet. But rather than thinking of it as you can't, detach emotionally from it and think of where you're going. This is a step to where I want to be, and the universe will absolutely bring you everything that you need in order to accomplish those next steps. Because if you're filling your cup, then it allows everyone around you to drink from the overflowing abundance that you've created from within, including your children, including your spouse, including your friendships, including your career. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all interconnected. And if we are allowing ourselves to be detached enough so that we can be attached to ourselves, then we become this giant magnet and we allow source to flow through us. And when source is flowing through us, we automatically create and attract everything that we need. The support systems that we need, the monetary, financial abundance that we need, the nurturing that we need, the primal needs that we have. And it doesn't matter if it's something sexual that we're craving because that's a part of our human nature, or if it's some big project that we want to, manifest and that we want to create for humanity. All of it applies. It could be working out and getting into a physical space for your body to be able to have more energy so your soul can do the work that it came here to do. But when we're so attached on the external things, relationship-wise, and we're looking outside of ourselves, we create resistance. And you can feel the sensation in your body. You start feeling anxious. You might be angry because you have an expectation that someone hasn't met. And you may start feeling resentful, like maybe you got into this relationship or this contract or whatever it is, and it's not turning out the way you thought it was going to. There's so many different things that can happen. And it all starts up here. It all starts out here and how you're focusing on your reality. So if you would be interested in learning how to focus more in depth on yourself so that you can be in balance, at peace, and be able to discern between the messages of what it is that your soul is asking you to do and what it is that your ego is asking you to do, please reach out to me. I would love to have a chat with you. The time is always now, and what better time to do it than now in between two portals, the November portal, and then now we're moving into the solstice energy. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the group. I like to hop on and do these live videos. Have an awesome day. Mwah. I love you guys. Bye.